recording. Okay, so what we're going to do in class today is, this is actually being filmed during the class, so you're just going to basically see the highlights of what's going on in here, what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working on Jiwaza, which is free form. So you guys, the attack is real katadori, even though free form attack is going to be, anything, punch to the face, yokomen, shomen, whatever, any type of attack, that is how Jiwaza is done. It's any attack, any technique. But in order for you to get to that level of being able to do that, you got to understand how it works. Okay, the guy that's taking ukemi for you guys, you have to be able to take ukemi specifically, and you have to be able to respond right away. So you have to let the technique happen, okay, in order to be able to build up this ability to be able to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a handful of techniques, okay, off of Ryo Katadori, and they're going to be spontaneous movements, okay. I've done this before in the past, and what turns out to be funny about it is that everybody tries too hard to have something happen, okay. That's not what you want to do. You don't want to try to make something happen. You just let it happen. And whatever presents itself, you go with it. If you start thinking about technique and trying to get into a particular technique where, okay, I need to do Iri Minage, you're not going to get Iri Minage. You're not going to get Iri Minage the way how you want to get Iri Minage. Okay? But before we get into that, I promised this young man, so I hate to disrupt the class with this, but since we're filming this and this is going on YouTube, I promised this young guy named CJ Bowling that I'd give him a shout out and give his channel a plug. So for all you guys that are on YouTube that are watching this, I saw this kid on a video the other day, and it was somebody, he was actually at this conference. He's 13 years old, he's an up and coming YouTuber, an inspiring entrepreneur, and he actually inspired me with the balls that this kid had to go to this conference and to go up and talk to this guy that was the keynote speaker. And it was just, it was amazing. It actually, it got me to go to his channel and look at his stuff and see what type of content creator that he is. And he does a wide variety of things. Now remember, he's 13 years old, so it's not like he's doing specific stuff like on YouTube games or whatever. He's all over the place, which is great. But he's innovative, and he's learning the process on how to do that. And when I started off on YouTube with this channel, I already had experience from the previous channel that I was on. But when I was on that channel, the very first video, I remember talking to the guy that I was with doing this. I had no idea how to start off my channel, none whatsoever. And he was, action, go, dude. What do I say? I don't know what to do, And it was just one of those things where once I caught onto it, it's, YouTube, Lenny Sly, Rogue Training Compound here and wherever, and you just go with the flow of things, and just that open creativeness and that unscripted, organic video that we would produce obviously seemed to catch on, and people started loving what I was doing, and the channel grew tremendously. And then obviously I switched to the channel that I'm on now, and I've grown a lot over the past year, and thank all of you. I thank all of you for subscribing and supporting the channel. The 40+ thousand subscribers that we've had in the past year and a month, it's phenomenal for me. But for this kid, CJ, CJ Bowling, it was great because the keynote speaker actually addressed him with this and answered his questions. And then pretty much everybody in the conference subscribed to his channel. The kid started off with 142 subscribers, and within a matter of time, he's at 5,000, 6,000 subscribers out of nowhere, in just starting out. You're just trying to grow. So I feel compelled to tell all of you guys about this because he inspired me. So go to his channel. His name is CJ Bowling, B-O-L-I-N-G. Take a look at his channel, subscribe, support him, watch his content. This kid has such a really unique way about how he's doing things, and in the fact that he's fearless. He's in front of a camera. He's making his videos. He's doing presentations and things like that. I watched an interview, a live interview with on YouTube that he did the other day with someone, and I'm sending him messages. I'm telling him, hey man, smile. I'm saying, asked this question, where do you guys think you're going to be in 5 years? And the funny, he asked the question, and it was great. He asked these people that he was interviewing on this live stream YouTube video that he was interviewing 2 different guys on at the same time. It was great. It was really, really great. And you know, like I said, I've never had anyone do anything for me like that with my channel, so I felt that I wanted to do something for him for what everybody's done for me. So do me a favor, help me, help him, support him. CJ Bowling on YouTube, like, subscribe to his channel. Let's try to get his channel up to 10,000 subscribers. All right? Thanks a lot, CJ. Wish you the best of luck, brother. We'll talk to you soon. Back to what we're doing. So, this is going to be up of Ryo Katadori. So, it doesn't need to be explosive with the attack. It just needs to be honest. Okay? Normally, you know, our first line of defense is Teisabaki, is hand deflections. So, so he comes up and he goes to shove, right, guys? So he comes up and shoves. First line of defense is trying to not get punch, grab, kicked, or taken in the ground. So as he does that, you want to get a hand deflection of some sort to where you can move into something else. Okay? You want to take everything that I'm going to show you guys now and put that as a street perspective type of point of view. You have to think that when somebody comes up and they get within your workspace, you know this is inevitable, that he's going to shove you. You have to do something. So if you know that it's coming, then you could possibly get away with a technique of some sort. If you don't know that it's coming and you're kind of late, you know, and that comes, you might want to look at some type of hand deflection so you don't get grabbed. Like I said, it's the first line of defense, so as he goes to grab, you want to look at this seriously, seriously, come on. As he goes, you want to look at that. To where then, at that point, anything could go. You can push him out of the way. He comes and grabs again, you know, cut down, Kaitanage. Take him right down into Kaitanage, okay? He comes again, right? Roguewarriors, right away, okay? Again, Hokunage, whatever. So all of these things, he doesn't know what's happening. So he comes in strong, right? You're looking for stuff, okay? Comes in strong, right? You can do it right away. Bring him back up, control. So you want to find within this technique from Ryo Katadori, you want to experiment and see what you can do. Because in the heat of the moment, okay, you got that guy on the street. This is where I find very funny with Aikido, the people that look at Aikido technique, that Aikido is a joke. Okay, a lot of the Facebook forums, I post on that to share my stuff, and I get a lot of comments from guys that really have no fucking clue what's going on. Okay, Aikido's bullshit. You gotta spar, you gotta spar, you gotta spar. I'm gonna do nothing. Okay? Because my life experience, which all of you guys know, even you guys on Facebook, YouTube, and everything else, my life experience of what I did in the past trumps sparring all day long. Experience, real life street experience, trumps sparring. I know the value of what sparring is. If you guys all think that all I've done was Aikido my whole life, keep telling yourself that, okay? I've trained in several other systems before I ever was introduced to Aikido. I have black belt rank in other systems other than Aikido. Why don't I ever talk about it? Because it doesn't have relevance to what I'm doing here. That's why. If I was making judo videos, different story. If I was making taekwondo videos, different story. I'd be filming that. But because I'm an Aikido instructor, I stick to what I'm doing with Aikido, but obviously I incorporate my other experience within this. Now granted, I studied a different form of Aikido once I got away from the traditional. That also changes. And you guys need to understand that, okay? And you guys on YouTube need to understand that. Okay? I've sparred before. I've sparred a lot before. Just because I choose not to spar now doesn't mean that I don't know how to do it, okay? One person commented on a forum, which you guys will probably find interesting if you guys saw the comment. You need to spar, 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 spar against another person that is a trained fighter. Now what happens when you get in that context of sparring with another trained fighter? Now you're in a controlled environment, okay? First. Second, you already have the expectations of knowing that the person that you're facing in the sparring exercise match, whatever, is a skilled martial artist. Maybe not as skilled as you, maybe skilled more than you, okay? So instantly, in your subconscious, you already build in the element of resistance. There's already resistance that is going to be built into your strategy is to resist whatever he's doing so he cannot pull off anything. Is sparring important? Absolutely it's important, especially when it comes to sport fighting, because you're going to fight somebody in a match that is skilled more or less than you, so you know what to expect. None of my stuff is based off of sport fighting at all. My concept, my methodology is always about out there on the street. That's what I teach all of you guys, is what is applicable out on the street. Now here's something that's probably gonna throw people in a little frenzy, and I'm gonna get a billion fucking comments on forums, is that out on the street, the person that you face, if you get confronted with somebody that's gonna attack you, does not know who you are and what you're capable of doing or the skills that you possess. Just like you don't know what skills that person possesses, okay? What he has. But I can tell you this from life experience. The chances are you fighting somebody on the street that is a skilled fighter is practically zero. The percentage that you have is going to be nothing. Maybe 1% of the time that you ever get into a fight, you might come across somebody that has martial arts fighting experience or skilled as a martial artist, boxer, or whatever. But again, I have to reiterate the fact that martial artists are trained individuals. We don't go out looking for fights. Somebody else commented, oh, so you're saying that martial artists don't get into fights in the street? No, that's not what I'm saying, dickhead. The guy that made that comment, okay? I'm not saying that. Martial artists do get into fights on the street, but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, they're not the ones that start the fight. There's the key element right there. They're not the ones that started the fight. Period. So I don't know why everybody's in this fucking uproar about all this shit, because the reality of it is that you guys are off in this sport fighting mentality. The people that are into that. Good for you. Do your thing. You ever hear me bash on BJJ, judo? You ever hear me bash about wrestling? You ever hear me bash about Wing Chun? You ever hear me bash about Muay Thai? You never hear me bash about any of that. Why? Because I love all martial arts. Okay? Every martial art has its place. Every martial art has its techniques. Every martial art has its flaws. But do I give a fuck? No, I don't. So you don't hear me bashing on BJJ. Why? Because you know what? I love BJJ. Do I train it? No, I don't. But I love the art because I love all of the art forms. So you're not necessarily going to see me put down a particular form. I'm going to question traditional Aikido because I came from traditional Aikido. Okay? So there's things that I'm going to question about that because I know what works and what doesn't work when it comes to the Aikido martial art. But you're never going to hear me sit there and talk shit about other forms of martial arts, of what that works or how this works or how that doesn't work or how that doesn't work. I don't care, okay? Because it doesn't affect me. So why do you guys care so much about what Aikido is doing and how Aikido is trained when you guys clearly don't have any serious Aikido experience? And I'm talking about the ones out there that are, you know, the ones that abandoned Aikido to go jump on the bandwagon of BJJ because you probably sucked at Aikido and you couldn't make it work. So what do? You jumped on the next best thing, the up and coming popular thing that everybody was running to. Am I saying BJJ isn't effective? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that your ability to do Aikido is ineffective. You obviously couldn't make it work. Otherwise, you'd still be doing it, and then you would just add BJJ into your repertoire and make your Aikido better. Or a striking art and make that better. Or take up boxing and make that better. Okay? I'm not going to jump ship on Aikido to go jump on the BJJ fucking wagon because my Aikido doesn't work. My Aikido works just fine. And I know that from experience. It's a proven fact. It works. If you have the right mindset, the right attitude, the right training, yes, it's gonna work. Back to the street perspective of not knowing who you're facing in the real world, and all the guys out there say, Aikido's horseshit, it doesn't work, it's crap, it doesn't work. How the fuck do you know that it doesn't work? Answer me that. How do you know that it doesn't work? How do you know that it's not effective? Oh, because it doesn't work against a trained fighter? That's how you base it? See, there's where you're all brainwashed and fucked up because it has to work against a trained fighter in order to make it work. Sparring somebody that's a trained fighter and working those angles, trying to make your technique work against a trained fighter is fabulous. I think it's awesome. Okay? It's great that you guys want to do that because somebody says that this sparring helps build up your confidence. Do you guys really think I have a confidence issue? I'm in front of a camera very freely. I speak to the camera very freely. Most people that have confidence issues can't do videos like this because they're not confident in their ability. And I've called those people out and I still have yet to see a video that's in relation to what I'm doing that they think that I should do, but they're doing nothing to prove me wrong. I don't have confidence issues. I really don't. Okay? But somebody said, oh, the sparring thing, that's going to help build your confidence. No, it's actually, that tells me that you need your confidence built to be able to spar somebody that's a trained fighter. So you believe that your ability will work. And that's what I find interesting. You say it's going to help build up confidence. I got real life street experience. I know what confidence is. I know my stuff works. But the guy that says, oh, you need to spar, it'll help build up your confidence, sounds like you're the one with the confidence issues. Because if you have to spar in order for you to believe that your technique works, then have at it. But I'm not the one with the confidence issues. You obviously are. But with that being said, sparring, yeah, does it help you with your ability to do technique on the street? To somebody that doesn't have ability? Absolutely it does. Because if you can make it work against somebody that's a trained fighter and somebody that you can spar with, and you can make it work, which you probably won't, because you already have two guys in a controlled environment that already know the other one is skilled. Each other is skilled, so resistance automatically is factored into the equation. It's automatically there. On the street, that guy on the street has no clue who the fuck you are, has no clue that you train in martial arts, has no clue the skill level that you have. So you want to know what he's not going to factor in? Resistance. Because Aikido technique is designed to hurt, is designed to take somebody out and neutralize the attack, and the techniques are designed to be a one and done type of thing, not throw somebody off to the side and let them get back up and let them attack you again, and then you do it again. Because once you throw somebody once, regardless of the way how they fall, land, or whatever, they're going to get back up with a whole new fucking strategy in how they're going to attack you. They're not going to attack you, or you the same way that they did the first time when they knew nothing about your ability. But the second that you give them that red flag that you have skill, guess what? Their strategy changes. Now the resistance comes into play. Okay? So you get that confrontation with somebody on the street and they attack you and you immediately do technique, whether it is a hand deflection, whether it's just a slap to get out of the way, and then the guy turns and throws a punch and attacks you, and bam, here comes a sayunage or a narosuke or whatever. They're never going to see that coming. And here's the real deal with all of that. Okay? When they don't know what's going to happen, because they have no idea to resist against what you're going to do, because the unknown is present. They don't know what's going to happen. So when you go to do a technique based off of their attack, whatever it may be, a shove, whatever, and that's what we're working off of right now is this real katadori, and you pop them with the narosuke, or you grab them with the yubidori, where's the resistance going to be? Because within that nanosecond of them attacking you and you immediately responding to that, they are not going to be able to respond fast enough to stop that technique from happening, because it's virtually impossible to do it. Especially when you don't know what's going to happen. When you don't know what's going to happen, how can you stop them? You can't. It's impossible. You will not be able to sit there and analyze that. Your brain will not be able to recognize that fast enough. Because by the time that your brain does, you're already eating a fist. You're already eating a riminage. You're already eating a back fist sayunage, or a narosuke or a yubidori, or a kaiten. You're already having the technique applied to you before you can even react to it. No matter what it is. So, the idea with this is, with technique, with what you're doing, whatever happens, happens. You have to be within the moment. If you start thinking of the catalog of techniques that you have for this particular attack, you're never going to pull it off. Because you're focused, it's that tunnel vision. You're too focused on, I need fingers, and then it's never going to be there. You're not going to be able to do it. Okay? So you get that attack, right? This is where he doesn't know what's happening. So he gets that attack on me. Okay, strong attack. He gets that attack, boom, right? Straight in. You okay? It's almost an agoski. Now, I do it again, see, he knows it's coming, right? So here, I'm going to do it a third time. Oh, no, I didn't. Aitanage, just like I did on the last thing. Okay? He comes again, right? See, you didn't see it coming. Didn't see it coming. Just go over here, just back over. You know? Hey, again. Aitanage. Strong. Come on. Boom. Be real. See, simple things like that. That time I barely hit you. Come on, get up. Boom. Straight in. You're not grabbing the shoulder. Straight in, shove. Straight in. Hey, you be over here. Simple things. So, hey, arigato. So you guys, haidozo, amongst yourselves, work the technique. Don't worry about how good it's going to look. Don't focus on what you need to do, technique-wise. If it's iriminage, yubidori, whatever. Let the technique happen. Whatever presents itself, or whatever you see, respond to that. Okay? Haidozo, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay? Okay, so we're going to go back to this now, since you guys got some reps in this. Look at the simple ways in how you can cut somebody's arm. So when that technique comes in, look at how you got to do it right away. Okay? You alright? Or narosuke right away. Or, right? Iriminage right away. You want to look for these things, right? Right? How do you nikyo off that? Or yubidori, and then throw. Things that they don't see coming, right? Tenshin, yubidori, and then throw. So you want to look for this stuff, you know? You want to look for this. And how you can get into technique from there. Okay? Hey. So you're not, oh, see? That would have blasted him right in the face. Plus there was no honest attack there. Honest attack. See, right there. He knew it was coming. Because I already did it once. So that's where you have to look for these techniques. Is that when that happens, ukanagashi, sayunagi. Okay? Right? Again. Ukanagashi, sayunagi. You leave your hand down there to grab your hand. It's not Frankenstein. Somebody goes and shoves you, they're not going to do this. They go and they shove you and you go to do technique, they're not going to keep their hands out there. That's the other thing that you guys got to think about. That's the ukemi that you guys have to learn. Is that you shove and you don't stay. You don't stay. Because that's where I agree with everybody out there in the real world. That's the bullshit side of Aikido. It is. Where the punch and the hand stays out there. Right? So even from, same thing, real kategori again. You're looking for kotegaishi. You're not going to get kotegaishi. Okay? You're not going to get that. Right? Look for the yubi-dori. Apply that over. But you have to get the effectiveness of that real kata. Come in, yubi-dori, to where you move into that. Kotegaishi. And you can see that, oh, for all you guys that are out there, oh, Rod doesn't resist, and this is bullshit. This is very effective. And the reason why you say that it's bullshit, okay, all you guys seen this, the reason why people say it's bullshit is because they're not on the receiving end of it. You don't know what this feels like. Okay? So, same thing. As he's coming in, so what if I do something else? Right? I lied. Okay? This works. Now if I do it this way, you have no response here. But the second that I turn it on, it works. Then you can apply kotegaishi at that point and roll him over. Why does he roll? Why does he take ukemi? So he doesn't get hurt. And we take ukemi so you can get up and do it again and again and again and again and again. Because if you don't take ukemi, you get hurt. Okay? And this is another thing that I want to address. And I know I'm talking a lot in this video, but this is a class for you guys. I'm just presenting it on YouTube for you guys. The thing that you guys also need to know is that you came from a traditional dojo. Right? Why has Aikido been labeled bullshit? And why are there people that are practicing Aikido, that practice Aikido, that now are, fuck Aikido, I'm going to go over here and put a rash guard on and I'm going to go do some BJJ instead because that's more fun. The reason why people are understanding BJJ, and BJJ is a very complex and intellectual martial art, just like how Aikido is. Okay? There's a lot of fine tuning, there's a lot of intricate things with those martial arts because it's an anatomical martial art. You're manipulating the body just like what we do in Aikido, right? But here's the thing. The people that abandon Aikido to go jump on the bandwagon of something else, part of the reason why they're doing that is because Aikido is taught, okay, and I can speak from experience because I have a lot of this experience in this traditional realm of Aikido, is that things are not explained to people. That's why they don't work. They're not getting the explanation of the how and why something works. Because the traditional teachings of Aikido is no one talks on the mat except for the teacher. And the majority of the time, the teacher doesn't talk. You might get the name of the technique in Haidozo, please go ahead, Hai Onigashimasu. But he's never going to go into detail on how X, Y, and Z works. Okay? And that's how I learned through Chicago Aikikai through Kevin Choate Sensei. Kevin Choate Sensei rarely ever taught. You were lucky to get the name of the technique out of him of what you just did. He never spoke. Never. He never went into detail. When he did, he was very vague about it. Okay? I learned my Aikido through visual learning and through my feeling. Aikido is, you're supposed to learn this through feeling. Well, what the fuck am I feeling when somebody has me in a Nikyo lock, but I didn't feel that? All I'm feeling is this, right? You feel the pain, but you don't feel how this happened. You only feel that. Or Yubidori to that, and then Kotegaishi to that, or whatever. You're feeling the application, but you're not feeling the vehicle that gets you to the application. The movement. And that's the part that I find frustrating in the Aikido community, because Aikido is a dying martial art. Whether you guys want to believe it or not, if there's no reform to the point where people don't start teaching this stuff more verbally and expressing how it's done, going into the detailed side of how techniques work, your dojos are going to close. People are going to leave. Okay? People get frustrated when they're not growing. When they're paying for a martial art and they're not benefiting from it because they're not growing. People leave. And then some people leave because they're getting too much growth and it's a brain overload and they can't handle it. Or it's too much for them. Or when they start getting good, the techniques start getting more applied with more natural power of movement. And when you have some students that quite aren't there yet, and then you have other students that are, and they kind of blast them, but they're not doing it maliciously, they're just training. Some people can't handle it. It's the nature of the beast. Goes with the territory. Sorry, that's what happens. You know, but maybe that's the question for some of you guys that have left Aikido. Maybe you just really weren't that proficient, and you just weren't, internally intellectual, to where you can feel the movement and understand what's going on. And your teachers weren't telling you, your senseis weren't telling you. They were too busy talking about the universe and pigeons and all that other bullshit. Okay? How does that relate? It doesn't. I get it. I've been there. But, how does it relate? So if you're not actually getting this, you're not understanding it, and you're bailing out on it to go do something else, good for you. You know what? That was probably the best thing that you could do. Because if you're training with somebody that is not giving you that vehicle to success, if you're training with somebody that's not teaching you how these techniques work and why they work, you're never going to understand them. And I think that's kind of part of the battle that I have, for lack of better words, with some of the people that are out on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that, is they don't understand how these techniques work. And then when I say, you know what? Jump on the first thing smoking and come out. I'll make you a believer within 5 minutes. What do I get? Oh, look, now you're fucking challenging me? I'm not challenging you. I'm saying come on out. I'll show you how these work. I'm not going to hurt you. And that's the other misconception that everybody seems to have about me. Everybody thinks that I want to fucking hurt people. I don't want to hurt anybody. Okay? Have I had to hurt people? Yeah, because the job that I had, it goes with the territory. It's something that I had to do. Do I want to intentionally go out and hurt people? No, I don't. Okay? But it's preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. And come on, all you guys are smart enough to know this. I shouldn't have to fucking tell you. Okay? It's all based off of the circumstances, the situation that you're in. That determines what level you take your Aikido to. It's about choice. Do I hurt them or do I don't hurt them? You can't make that determination until you're in the situation. The Aikido that I do, I could do the same way that any of you traditional guys think that you can do by taking somebody down to the ground without hurting them. I can do the same thing with my Aikido, but what I choose to do is I choose to demonstrate my Aikido in a more effective, more explosive manner, okay, that is going to cause pain, so you guys can see where this goes. Because if I just do traditional Aikido all day long, guess what? I'm just like everybody else. I'm just like everyone else, okay? And this is what I mean by that, Yoka Minuchi, okay? I'm just like everybody else. Really? Come on. Fucking serious? What's the point of that? You know, the cut down version. And I'm not saying that you have to do what I'm doing. Okay? Well, you guys all are here, because that's the reason why you guys are here, to learn from me. But everybody out there that sees what I'm doing, I'm showing you the oh shit stuff. This is the stuff that works. This is the stuff that is going to be effective against that guy that you have to make that choice to put down, and put down hard. These are the choices that I'm showing you. Is that particular choice. I'm not showing you the softer choice. I can, Yubidori, other stuff, okay? But I choose to show you the choice of when you have to take this to the next level. Because I want people to be prepared for that. Because there's too much brainwashing going on, with the love, peace, and harmony stuff, that people are caught up in. This will work against somebody that's seriously attacking me. Again, if you really believe that, then you're really in denial about what Aikido really is, and you're flat out just delusional with your own training. Because the fact of the matter is, you take somebody down on the ground and you lay them down softly, they're going to get up and they're going to kick your teeth down your throat, whether you like it or not. It's just the bottom line. You take them out as fast as humanly possible, depending on the situation and the circumstances. You apply your technique off of that, whether you have to hurt them or don't have to hurt them. You apply your technique off of that, and then you go from there. And if you have to restrain them with a light maneuver to drop them down, what?
Battery power.
Okay, sorry, battery power is going dead. Then you do what you got to do, plain and simple. Okay? So one last time. So as he comes in, you have to find that movement off of real kata, right? You have to find that movement. You have to find it. He comes in, you have to find it. Come in, come in, come in. Dude, don't anticipate, right? Okay? Don't anticipate. You have to find this movement of what you're going to do and when. How the attack comes in. Strong. You have to see this. Boom, strong. It's not strong. Good. See, now you got to look at it. See, there's the intent. There's the intent, right? Hey, there's the intent. Now you're moving into something serious, right? Choke, pin, whatever. One more time. Right? You got to look for this. You got to look for that moment. You got to look for that moment. You got to look for it. You got to look for it. Right? Oh, got to look for it. You ready? Hey. So, hey, arigato. So, try one more time. We'll go from there. We only got a couple minutes left on this battery, so that's it for me. You guys continue practicing. You like the video, hit like, drop a comment down below. Don't forget CJ Bowling on YouTube. Like, subscribe to his channel. We'll see you guys on the next video. Hey, arigato. Arigato, go ahead.